Let me pull my gum out.
Hey, Trey. I'm with Trey. Hey, Trey.
Hey.
Hey, so I'm asking you about your experience with COVID. When
Yes,
you
sir.
got sick, how many days you were sick?
Early June, I was sick. Felt like I had the flu, body aches, and fever. I had some ivermectin on hand, and I took it around day 2. Also started a Z-Pack that I had on hand that day. Neither one of those seemed to help. Fever was strong. Took a lot of Advil, and I would even set my alarm clock to wake up and take the Advil, ahead of time because the fever was so strong. It's so relentless, and it would peak about 102. And if I didn't take the Advil religiously, it would come back, and I could feel it coming back.
And with the ivermectin, did you just take that on day 2, or did you take that consecutively, or how many times
I just
did
took
you
it on
take?
day 2 because that's all I had on hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And
so then it kept being flu-like symptoms, and it just I would want to go to work and think that I could beat it, and just kind of just was hard-headed about it. And finally, around day 8 of all of the same thing happening, maybe I would go a couple of days feeling a little better, and then, man, it would be back up. And so I wasn't around people or anything, but I was really just couldn't kick it. And so day 8, I felt just basically as bad as I had been, and I realized now I was very dehydrated. I had zero appetite, didn't want to eat or drink anything nearly during that whole time. I lost 10 pounds in about 6 days. And so I made an appointment with Dr. Amy Offit, and went in on day 9. She gave me a lot of IVs. She gave me ozone, a lot of vitamins IV, and most telling, 3 bags of fluids, because I was very depleted. And then that night, I slept pretty good. I woke up and still didn't feel any better. And I called her and told her. She goes, okay, I guess she said we're breaking out all the stops. She got aggressive with it, and so I started taking oral antibiotics, ivermectin, and another antibiotic, I believe. And
budesonide as well?
Well, I didn't start that
okay.
yet. Actually, I started that once or twice a day. And so my fever started getting better, and my appetite came back, which helped a lot. And then by day 11, my breathing was, basically the fever and that flu-like stuff was gone, but my lungs were very, very weak, and I would just, any sort of exertion at all would cause me to gasp for breath. My breath was very short. I mean, I felt like I couldn't get any air. And that's when she said to up the budesonide to very frequently, and that was probably day 11. By day 13, I mean, I had hammered that budesonide, that nebulized budesonide, and it was a lot better. And I was almost done with the protocol, the big part of the steroid protocol.
You felt like budesonide really helped you, is that right?
I think that it was the key to turning my lungs around.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what I would have done about my lungs being in that shape, because they weren't full. I mean, I had been on the Z-Pack starting very early. They listened to my lungs. It wasn't fluid. It was just this constricted feeling, and just could not get a breath.
You said it kind of felt like sand in your lungs?
It felt like I had breathed in some sort of sand or just powder, and it was just right at the top of my lungs, and just, you could feel it, and it's just tight and constricted, and there was no ability to get a deep breath. You couldn't draw a deep breath.
And then so after day 14, you started feeling better. How long was it before you felt like you made pretty much a full recovery?
So day 14, I knew I was, like, symptom-wise, I was pretty well over it. I finished my steroid protocol, but symptom-wise, I was pretty much over it. But strength-wise, it took another 2 weeks to get back. I'm talking about building my lungs back up where I could do stuff. So it was a month start
Did
to
you
finish.
do any more IVs after that? I mean, after
No.
day 14, you were done with
No.
them. Okay.
Did them that one day.
And so just to kind of wrap it up, so how old are you, if you mind if I ask?
48.
48, okay. And then are you on any medications at all?
Zero.
So any morbid conditions that you know of? I mean, just...
I mean, none apparent.
Yeah.
I don't have any diagnosed medical conditions.
Okay, so perceivably pretty healthy individual.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay. Well, glad you're okay. I'm glad you're with
you.
us. All right.
Yeah, I thank Dr. Offit for it. She knew what to do.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.